Hey loves, have you ever heard anyone say, I didn't know this is how marriage was going to be? It's a bit complicated. Well, this is for all the married women out there. Just in case you are tuning in for the very first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Ivory Channell. I am a mother of two beautiful kiddos who bring me so much joy. With a husband that has his very own busy schedule in work and in ministry. And I myself can say I am an entrepreneur and a businesswoman on the side as well. And I adore being an intercessor. There are so many women who have approached me and said, girl, nobody told me this is how marriage is going to be. And I'm like, what's going on? And that's when we start getting the download, the full download. And if you have been married for, I would say between 3 to 5 years, I think you'll know where I'm getting at. The question is, why do we as women, why are we expected to put everything on hold just because we get married and we're ready to have children? There are some women who say, I don't even want to have kids right now, or I don't want to get married right now because I don't want to put my career on hold. I don't want to have to stop everything that I've worked tirelessly and so hard for as a single woman and stop all of those things just because I decide to get married. Men don't do it. Men don't have to do it, and they're not expected to do it. But why is that? Why is it gender specific, where women are expected to stop everything, but men keep gliding in their careers, keep getting promotions, keep scaling higher? They are never, ever, ever told to slow down or to stop. I know a lot of us have experienced that in our marriages, where it seems like you get to the point where you are doing absolutely everything. I experienced that in my marriage at some point. And it's not that husband is not assisting or he's not helping, but there's some things they can't do for us. For example, when you have a newborn baby and you have to nurse the child, that's something your husband can't do for you. So you have to wake up in the middle of the night and do it, no matter how you feel. And those things, as much as we love our kids, and it is such a blessing to be able to have a baby, sometimes it can take a toll on our bodies and our minds because we have to show up every single day at full capacity. There is no cutoff time. Being a mother, if you are a mother, you know what I'm saying. Being a mommy is a 24-hour deal. You can't just say, I'm ready to take a pause or a stop. Or can you? Let's get into it today. I was talking to someone very close to me the other day, and this question came up of why are women so overwhelmed in marriage? And I shared with her about a documentary that I watched maybe 4 years ago. And in this documentary, the woman was telling us about how her and her husband decided to have children. And when she was in her maternity years, it was tough for her. She put a pause on her career. She put a pause on everything that she had been studying and working toward because she was bearing children. And if you have ever carried a child, you know it is not the easiest thing. It does take a toll on your body. And as positive as you are and as enlightening and joyful as it is to be able to have a womb and to carry a child, it can take a toll on us emotionally, and our hormones go haywire and all of those things in between. So this lady, she's like, man, I am caring for these newborns, and one day my husband gets up, he puts on his workout shirt, puts on his sports shorts, his sneakers, and walks right out of the door and says, honey, I'm going to the gym. She explained how furious she was. I mean, how dare you? How dare you watch me stay up all night with this newborn baby, and then you just get yourself up in the morning with the full rest, 8 hours of sleep that you got, and go to the gym. How selfish are you? And so I'm having this conversation with one of my close friends, and she's telling me, man, I'm having the same experience. Do you know my husband just got up and went to the gym while I'm here slaving over the house and slaving over the kids and trying to manage them and work at the same time? And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I've experienced that at some point in my marriage too. What is going on? And so I did what I know to do best, and that's to go to the one who knows all things, our creator, God. So I prayed to God, and I'm like, look, Lord, you created these men. And, let me tell you this. Her sharing this with me was an eye-opener. It was like I saw the positives in it, and I saw the other sides of it, where positively, I'm glad it just wasn't me and I'm the only woman out there that feels this way. Obviously, there's other women who feel this way too. This lady on the documentary said it. You're saying it now. I'm not the only one going through this. So this is not a I got a bad apple type of situation out of the bunch. There are other men who are doing this too. So that was the positive side of not being alone and knowing that I wasn't alone. But on the contrary, I felt like, well, what do we do? Because if we're not the only women experiencing this, then a lot of other women are having this same struggle and feeling like they're not getting the support that they need from their spouses because they're able to just mentally check out. So I go to God and I'm like, Lord, what's going on? What do we do? And immediately, I think, I don't know if you've ever felt this way. We feel like we ask ourselves, what am I doing wrong? And you know what? Let me not say that. So first thing usually happens with us when it has to do with our husbands. First thing is we get upset. We get upset, and even though sometimes we don't go to them and tell them why we're upset, it shows in our actions. Sometimes we don't want to. Okay, how do I say this? When it happens where our spouses seem like they're not giving us the support we need, it can show up in our attitudes and how we care for them and how we relate with them. And very easily, as wives, we could tend to lose respect that we have, the same respect that was there when we got married and when we were courting and when we were dating. We might start to feel resentful and angry, and these emotions inside of us that's having this bitterness toward this man. That's because it seems like he just doesn't really care. Not as much as I do anyway. So I went to God and I just simply asked him, Lord, please help us here. What is this about? Why can't our husbands give us the support that we need where we don't feel like we're overwhelmed? And God gave me an answer. And it was an answer that I can say I never thought of and I had never expected. I know what he said. Well, Ivory, it's not that there's anything wrong with him. It's you. Me? What did I do wrong? I'm the one slaving and cooking and cleaning and doing all that. What did I do wrong? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm getting there. It's your perspective, Ivory. My perspective. So how should my perspective be? And God explained to me in my alone time with him
that when he created woman, he created us to be able to hold the seed, to bear the seed, to groom the seed, to nurture the seed. We have a intuition of being a nurturer. Whereas when he put a mandate on the mandate was to work and till the soil and provide for your home. There are so many places in scripture that just tells us what God expects from a man. And what I realized, or what was revealed to me, is that I am trying to fit my husband into this role to be like me, to do things the way I do it, to do things that I'm groomed to do. And because he's not doing it in that way, it makes it look like he does not support me, he does not care, and he's on his own agenda. So we're getting all worked up, we're getting all upset, we're crying, we're lavishing out, we're crying out for help, we're trying to figure out why is it that all of this burden is put on me, and how can my husband just mentally check out of this situation, mentally check out. Whatever makes you happy, give yourself permission to do it.